Now it's time to do some real world testing. First, we're going to be starting off with the casting test, and we're going to be looking at the positive and negative qualities of each line. I was pretty excited to try out the Yozuri. This is our cheapest fluorocarbon line we're going to be testing today, and I wanted to see if it could hang with the higher price fluorocarbon lines. Thanks to the thin diameter line, from the first cast all the way to the last cast, it was smooth like butter. It had no resistance going through the guides, and overall I was happy with how smooth and how far I could cast with this line. If I had to rate this, I would give it an A-. I was very impressed with how smooth that casting was. The Berkeley Vanish did not perform as well. The fluorocarbon line felt cheap, and on the first cast it felt rough. It also coiled up a lot, and it wanted to rat's nest while reeling in. With all of the resistance while casting, it did not want to cast as far. All the way from the first cast to the last cast felt like a monofilament line. It did not go smoothly through the guides. I was pretty disappointed with how rough it felt while casting. If I had to rate this, I would give it a D. It performed below average. I was intrigued to see how the P line would do. During casting, it was smooth, not as smooth as the Yozuri. It had great casting distance and no coiling or rat's nest. Overall, it was a really solid casting line. It went through the guides pretty smoothly, had nice line lay, and the casting distance was pretty good. If I had to rate this, I would give it a solid B. Now we're starting to get into the more expensive fluorocarbon lines. The Sunline is our second most expensive fluorocarbon line. I'm hoping the performance is justified by the price, and after doing all of my casts, I can confidently say that it is very smooth casting, no resistance at all, and with it being one of the thinnest diameter lines, that definitely does help with the smooth casting and the increased distance. Also, it was very consistent in every single cast, and if I had to rank this, I would give it an A. Here we go, the Berkeley Trilene, the most expensive fluorocarbon line we are testing today. And overall, with the thicker diameter line, with that increased weight, you can definitely feel the difference of it compared to the lighter lines. It does feel heavy while casting, but it's also very smooth. It definitely leaves the spool a lot easier. It also has great casting distance, and the line lay was very straight, but it definitely wasn't the smoothest of the day compared to others. But if I had to rate it, I would give it a solid B+. There was some qualities I wish it was a little bit better on. It wasn't consistent as the Sunline, and that thicker diameter line does feel good while casting.